Missing Michael Vaughan, Monkey Mondays, where we only cover the facts. Missing Michael Vaughan, Timeline, Part 13. Gandhi once said, if we wish to create a lasting peace, we must begin with the children. About 50 miles west of Boise, Idaho, sits the Big Apple of Idaho, a small town otherwise known as Fruitland. Fruitland is a tight-knit community, one that gets its names from the apple orchards that surround the family-filled city. For the last 3 years, this quiet town of Fruitland has made national headlines, not because of its agriculture, but instead because of a missing boy, a 5-year-old who vanished one July night 3 summers ago. Fruitland, Idaho is the home of Michael Joseph Vaughan. Michael Vaughan is an inquisitive little boy. Michael, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed little boy, likes to climb and get into everything, which is where his family gave him his nickname of Monkey. Michael's favorite foods are macaroni and cheese, pizza, and ice cream. Michael loves monster trucks, and his favorite monster truck is Gravedigger. Michael loves to hunt and find frogs, and his favorite color is blue. Michael loves to go camping with his family and loves to catch fish while on the camping trips. Michael loves fireworks. His favorite holiday is the 4th of July because he loves to watch the dancing of the fireworks light up the night sky. During the last 3 years that Michael's been missing, Michael has missed 3 Halloweens, 3 Thanksgivings, 3 Christmases, 3 Easters, 3 birthdays, and 3 of his favorite holidays, the 4th of July. Michael has also missed several moments in his family's life. Michael was also excited about starting kindergarten right before he went missing. Michael has missed kindergarten and first grade and second grade, and Michael would be going into the third grade. All of this was ripped away from Michael and his family on the evening of July 27th, 2021. Brandy Neal, Michael's mother, has described their neighborhood as a quiet, friendly, and a really safe place. It's the kind of place where you'd want to raise your children. Just down the street is Crestview Park, where in the summertime, Brandy and Tyler, along with other families in the community, would take their children in the evening to play in the splash pad. They had no way of knowing that something terrible was about to happen in this safe neighborhood. The afternoon of July 27th was a hot one. At 4 p.m., like on most days when Brandy worked, Brandy called to check in and see how things were going. Everything was normal. Michael was hanging out in the living room playing video games with his dad. He was wearing his favorite blue Minecraft t-shirt and some dark blue boxer briefs. The Minecraft shirt was one of his favorites because Minecraft was a game that Monkey loved to play with his older brother. Just a couple of hours later, shortly after 6 p.m., Tyler left the living room where Michael was playing and went into a bedroom down the hall to check on his youngest daughter. While in the bedroom, he changed her diaper and called to order a pizza for dinner. He was only in the bedroom for 15 to 20 minutes at most. But when he came back out to join his son, he was hit with every parent's worst nightmare. Michael was gone. He frantically looked around his house and the surrounding area, but there was no sign of Michael Monkey Vaughan. Once Tyler realized he couldn't find his son anywhere, he made 2 panicked phone calls, one to the police and one to Brandy. You got the call at 7:04 p.m., Brandy recalled. Tyler said he couldn't find Michael. He was screaming for him, and I could hear the fear in his voice. And I froze at the moment. My coworker told me, was like, go. And I ran and ran. I grabbed my purse and drove as fast as I could here. The police responded to Tyler's call right away. By the time Brandy got home, she found them along with her neighbors outside searching for Michael. They had no idea the long road ahead. Fruitland's chief of police, J.D. Huff, has been leading efforts by law enforcement, and he has been keeping his cards pretty close to the vest on this one, not releasing many details. So there's a lot about this investigation we don't know, and while many online have criticized them for not sharing more with the public, it's understandable.
It is tough. You know, we've lived this case from the time that it began, and but I'm telling you, I've got a very strong, committed group of people here, and they come in here every day, and we're in this grind, and they are committed to finding Michael, and we're just not going to stop. Everybody should know that. We are not going to stop until we uncover the truth in its entirety, I would say.
It's not uncommon for law enforcement to hold back the details of an investigation so they can use them to trip up the suspect or eliminate someone from suspicion. We know that right away. The police interviewed the family, all of the neighbors. Not only were investigators looking for anything suspicious, but they were working to paint a picture of exactly what was happening in the area at the time Michael went missing. From these efforts, they were able to determine that sometime after his dad left the room, Michael went outside, exiting the house through the side garage door. This is how he was able to get out without Tyler hearing him, since the front door was so loud and hard to open.
And down the street,
he would have come out of the garage. The front door is pretty hard to get out of, and you can hear that opening.
She says her son was looking for older neighborhood kids to play with.
He went to a neighbor's house. He went to another neighbor's house and another neighbor's house.
Typical, she says, for a summer night here.
Why did he go outside? And what did he do after he left the house? Investigators pieced together that once outside, Michael went to the homes of the neighbors, knocked on the door, and asked if their kids could come out to play. It's believed that Michael went to 3 different houses, and it sounds like at least one of the neighbors answered the door and said their kids were not able to come out and join him. That is the last time Michael was seen by anyone. June 24th, 2024 marks what should be Michael Vaughan's 8th birthday. Instead of a day filled with happiness, Michael's family is struggling, still yearning for answers about their missing child who vanished nearly 3 years ago near their home in Fruitland, Idaho. Michael's mom, Brandy Neal, asked us to share this heartfelt message today. A message from Brandy Neal. This is a very sad day for our family. Today should be spent with smiles, laughs, and joy, yet our hearts are heavy. This is the 3rd birthday that Michael hasn't been home. Today we are celebrating the day Michael brought joy and love into this world. Family will have his favorite chocolate cake, and his baby sister will open his presents for him. We are incredibly thankful for the community, law enforcement, and everyone's continued support for Michael and our family. Thank you, Brandy Neal, Michael's mom. 3 years missing, Michael Vaughan, July 27th, 2024. The Ride for Support and Awareness for Michael Vaughan. On July 27th, 2024, the community will come together to mark the 3rd year since Michael Vaughan went missing with a special ride for support and awareness. This ride will mirror the one from 2021, serving as a demonstration of solidarity with Michael's family, a call for continued awareness of the case, and a reminder that the community has not forgotten this young boy. It is also a time to pray for the answers that Michael's family so desperately needs. Cars and trucks are welcome to join, but will be positioned at the end of the ride. We will gather at the Chevron on the corner of Highway 30 and Highway 95, just off the 84 exit to Fruitland. At 6 p.m., kickstands will go up promptly. At 6:30 p.m. for a 45-minute to 1-hour ride, including a pass by the Vaughan Neal home. The event will conclude at Fruitland City Park, where there will be information shared and a moment for prayer. Join us in showing your support and helping to keep this search for Michael alive.
Just panic-stricken. I think I was for the next few days. Just didn't seem real.
Almost 3 years now since Michael Vaughan was last seen. That clip of his father that you just saw taken a year after his disappearance.
At the time, his mom also struggling with the reality of their then 5-year-old boy taken from just outside their Fruitland home in July 2021.
It's just been too long. 1 day was too long. 1 hour was too long. This is not fair to him It's not fair to his siblings. It's not fair to his family.
Last year, prosecutors charging Sarah Wondra for not reporting a death, then dropping the case. The court sentencing her for something unrelated. Wondra lives just a few blocks away from the Vaughan home. Police claim to have evidence Michael was buried on her property, then his body moved. But as of now, the investigation still sits in the hands of county prosecutors. If you have any information, call the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, or you can contact the Fruitland Police Department. Both those numbers are here. We also got them on the website, idahonews.com, and we've also got an email tip line as well there.
Update on Michael Vaughan's case. 3 years missing. The community's continued search for Michael Vaughan. Prosecution team preparing for next steps. Fruitland, Idaho. My heart still breaks for the family. We're doing everything we can to help get this case solved, said Fruitland Police Chief J.D. Huff during an interview on Tuesday, just ahead of the 3-year mark since Michael Vaughan's disappearance. Michael was last seen on July 27, 2021 at the age of 5 near his home in Fruitland. Despite the passage of 3 years, the case remains active for the Fruitland Police Department. Huff stated that new tips and leads come in weekly. There were 3 today, he noted, and that keeps 2 detectives very busy over here. The department's goal is to follow up on every lead to ensure no stone is left unturned. Law enforcement has a firm understanding of what happened, but the case's progress now lies with Fayette County Prosecutor Mike Duke, who received the investigation from Huff a year ago. The case's complexity and the volume of evidence mean there is still much for the prosecutor to review. Huff mentioned that there are terabytes and terabytes and terabytes of data to go through. Prosecution team preparing for next steps. In October 2023, Duke expressed that he expected to charge, but acknowledged its complexities. In a recent email, he reiterated that the case is still active and could not provide further details. I can tell you I have put together a prosecution team and we are preparing for next steps, Duke said. This case will live with everyone who has touched it, and we will do everything in our power to get justice for young Michael Vaughan and his family. Duke praised the Fruitland Police Department for their dedication and diligence in pursuing this case, stating that their commitment is evident in their work. Suspects remain the same. Suspects remain unchanged from those previously identified. No one is currently in custody or facing charges related to Michael's disappearance. Among the suspects is Sarah Wondra, who was charged with failing to report Michael's death, but had the charge dismissed in April of 2023 without prejudice. Other suspects include Sarah's husband Stacy Wondra, Adrian Lucien, and Brandon Shirtliff, who were reportedly living with the Wondras at the time, but Wondra are currently incarcerated for unrelated reasons. Our hope and prayer. Chief Huff could not share specific investigation details, such as any lab results from the search of the Wonders' residence. Michael has not yet been recovered, but Huff remains hopeful. We're hoping for fresh information to lead us to the recovery of Michael. That is our hope and prayer every day. Until then, it's a difficult situation for everyone involved, including Michael's family and Huff's staff. We are working with it every day, Huff said. It will be a dark cloud until we can bring some justice for the family. Michael's photo is shown age progressed to 7 years. He was last seen on July 27th, 2021. Michael was last known to be wearing a light blue t-shirt with the Minecraft logo on it, dark blue boxer briefs, and sandals. If you have any information, please call Fruitland Police Department at 208-642-6006, Fruitland, Idaho Prosecutor's Office at 208-642-6096, or call 911. Update from Fruitland Police Department. Update, missing Michael Joseph Vaughan. Michael has been gone for 3 years now, and the case remains very active. While we have already submitted our case to the Fayette County Prosecutor, our primary goal is to continue our efforts in solving this case, finding Michael, and thoroughly following up on every tip and lead by using every investigative tool at our disposal. As such, the National Center for Missing and Endangered Children, whom we partnered with shortly after Michael's abduction, has developed an age progression photo and made it public. Despite the possibility of confusion, we found it necessary to make the photo public as an additional resource in the search for Michael, who has yet to be found. We believe we have a firm understanding of the events that occurred on July 27, 2021, but it ultimately depends on the Payette County prosecutor to assemble the case and move it forward. The Fruitland Police Department is thankful for the community's unwavering support and encourage those who have information that may help us recover Michael to reach out to us. Tips can be sent to the Fruitland Police Department at 208-452-3110. Tipsters may remain anonymous. Find Michael at fruitland.org or to Crime Stoppers at 343cops.com. Future updates will be released on this page as they're available. July 27th, 2024.
Today marks 3 years since Michael Vaughan went missing in Fruitland. He was 5 years old at the time of his disappearance. The community has not forgotten about the little boy they affectionately call Monkey. Today, a ride took place in support of Michael and his family. Our reporter, Jude Binkley, spoke with Michael's mother on this anniversary of his disappearance. Jude, I can hardly imagine what today is like for her.
Oh, Andrea, 3 years have gone by, but the heartbreak of Michael's disappearance is still felt throughout Fruitland. His family has faith that one day they'll bring Michael home.
1,096 days since Michael Vaughan went missing. 623 days since crews searched a house for his remains.
You can't take one of our most precious citizens from us and ever expect us to stop.
365 days since the case was submitted to prosecutors. Every day,
We're going to bring him home.
a search for closure for Michael's mom, Brandy.
This community has surrounded our family and Michael, and they haven't forgotten about him. Today's 3 years since he was abducted. And they still have hope, and they give us hope, and they keep us going.
On the third anniversary of Michael's disappearance, the community gathered for a ride in support of Michael and his family.
Show them that we're here, make sure they understand that they've got a whole community backing them and they don't feel alone in this process.
Police believe Michael's remains were once buried in a backyard close to his house. However, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children released an age progression photo of what Michael would look like today at 8 years old. Fruitland's police chief released a statement for the anniversary saying, "Despite the possibility of confusion, we found it necessary to make the photo public as an additional resource in the search for Michael, who has yet to be found. We believe we have a firm understanding of the events that occurred on July 27, 2021, but it ultimately depends on the Payette County prosecutor to assemble the case and move it forward."
We will continue to push forward until this family gets closure.
1,096 days with countless people rallying behind them.
Until Michael is physically brought home, however that may be, this family won't get closure.
So we need everyone's help still. We continue to need everybody's help to stay vigilant for Michael.
And there are 4 suspects in this case, including the people who lived in the home crews searched. Their names are Stacy and Sarah Wandra. And any tips on the case can be sent to the Fruitland Police Department or Crime Stoppers. Their number's on the screen right now, 208-343-COPS. And tips can remain anonymous. And Andrea, KTVB did reach out to the Payette County Prosecutor's Office for an update on the status of the case earlier this week, and we have not heard.
Please keep sharing Michael's beautiful face. We need these suspects to talk, and they are suspects. And please continue to support law enforcement. They're doing an incredible job. They're not stopping. They made me a promise just like I made Michael a promise. So please support them as well and our community. Keep them all in your thoughts and prayers as well, please.
And we're just not going to stop. Everybody should know that. We are not going to stop until we uncover the truth in its entirety, I would say.
I am here to ask you all. I'm here to ask you, please, for your help. I am here to ask you to please keep Michael's face, his name, and his story in every one of your hearts, your eyes, and your minds.
Please, please, bring Michael home, please, please.
please.
He's beyond missed and beyond loved, and we need him. We need him.
He's coming home. And we're waiting for him. We're all waiting for him. Every single one of us are waiting for him. And we are going to bring him home.
To keep Michael's name out there, keep Michael's face out there. And, we're going to bring him home. We're going to find him. We're going to get answers.
Michael Joseph Vaughan, affectionately known as Monkey, entered the world on June 24th, 2016 as the beloved son of Brandy Neal and Tyler Vaughan. With an adventurous spirit and a zest for life, Michael embodies the purest essence of joy. Blessed with captivating blue eyes and golden blonde locks, Michael's playful demeanor has endeared him to all who know him. However, tragedy struck when Michael went missing on July 27, 2021 from Fruitland, Idaho, at the tender age of 5. Standing at 3 feet, 7 inches tall and weighing approximately 50 pounds, Michael was last seen wearing a light blue t-shirt adorned with a Minecraft logo, dark blue boxer briefs, and sandals. Despite extensive efforts by both the community and law enforcement, Michael's whereabouts remain unknown. Authorities have determined that Michael was taken near his home on Southwest 9th Street at Arizona between 6:40 p.m. and 7 p.m. The Fruitland Police Department is urging anyone with information to come forward immediately, calling 1-208-642-6006 or dialing 911. The unwavering vigilance and support of the community are crucial in bringing Michael safely back home to his family.
I need you to know how much Michael is loved. I need you to know how much he is missed. Our family is broken.
You can't take one of our most precious citizens from us and ever expect us to stop.
He's coming home.
If you have any information on Michael, please call the Fruitland Police Department at 208-642-6006. Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS and 1-800-222-8477. Or call the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-843-5678 or dial 911. Hope is why we are here.